That familiar tightness gripping your chest during stressful moments. You know it, right? Those spinning thoughts that make sleep impossible? That habitual worrying about what's coming that prevents living now? What if I told you there's a single phrase, just 3 simple words, that has the power to dissolve anxiety the moment it appears? Brain researchers have scrutinized this phrase's neural impact, and what they found will reshape your stress management for life. Nevertheless, before I share these powerful words, you need to do something this instant. Select subscribe and turn notifications on, as what you'll discover could mean the difference between chronic worry and real inner calm. Based on compilations of scientific studies conducted by international universities and public health education materials freely distributed by official institutions, this video was created to share up-to-date information, especially designed for people over 60. Now then, I'd like to ask you something genuine. How much of your life have you spent worrying about things that never happened? What kind of lovely occasions have you failed to notice because your awareness was confined to either tomorrow's fantasies or yesterday's pain? The fact remains that anxiety doesn't inhabit the current moment. It can't. Anxious feelings constantly revolve around either future scenarios or past experiences. It derives strength from time periods that have no current existence. And this is precisely when the shift occurs. The statement that eradicates anxiety is just, I am here now. Just 3 words, 9 letters, infinite power. Upon uttering these words with authentic mindfulness, something amazing takes place in your mind. Investigations using fMRI scans established that present awareness immediately lowers activity in the amygdala, the fear processing region, while concurrently raising activity in the prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought and emotion regulation, though this isn't merely a matter of neurotransmitters. This relates to freeing your existence from the domination of make-believe hazards. Contemplate this idea. Right at this second, are you doing okay? Not in tomorrow's worries, not next week's concerns, not in those 3 a.m. mental scenarios. In this moment, the reply is typically yes. This very second, breath flows through you. In this instant, you're protected. Right now, you have everything you need to be present in this moment. Most folks over the age of 60 harbor decades' worth of gathered concerns. Our experience has taught us that unfortunate things do take place. We've undergone loss, dissatisfaction, and wellness obstacles. Owing to these past events, our minds turn intensely vigilant, incessantly hunting for the next danger. Mental health experts label this anticipatory anxiety, and it's thoroughly exhausting. It's like running a marathon while standing still. Your physical system can't distinguish between actual dangers and invented ones. As you stress over tomorrow's doctor visit, your pulse quickens, blood pressure elevates, and stress chemicals surge through your body, precisely as though the danger exists in this moment. This chronic stress doesn't just feel terrible, it literally accelerates aging and weakens your immune system. Scientists at Harvard found something profoundly important. As individuals regularly exercise present awareness, their organisms manufacture decreased cortisol, the principal stress hormone, and elevated DHEA, often labeled a longevity compound. Simply by returning your focus to the present, you're actually selecting wellness over illness, tranquility over turmoil. Let me present an account that shows this flawlessly. A 72-year-old gentleman named Robert existed, whose days were devoured by worry over his cardiac health. Each morning found him awakening to pulse-checking, sensation-watching, persuaded each day could be his end. His partner saw him fading into the stress prison until one afternoon, positioned in his garden, he spotted a butterfly touching down on a neighboring flower. For merely several seconds, his thoughts became entirely silent. His heart wasn't concerning him. Tomorrow wasn't in his mind. He simply observed this butterfly, totally in that moment. And in that second, he recognized something important. His anxiety wasn't guarding him. It was obstructing his ability to live. From that day forward, Whenever anxiety appeared, he would say to himself, I am here now, and bring his attention to something in his immediate environment, something audible, a sensory experience, his respiratory rhythm. Through time, this uncomplicated practice reshaped his existence more significantly than any medication. Right now, I'm asking you to halt this video for only 5 seconds and test this yourself. Articulate verbally, I am here now. Notice your body's contact with the chair. Sense the air touching your skin. Tune into the sounds in your space. See how quickly your anxiety diminishes when you truly arrive in the present moment. This isn't positive thinking or denial. This is something considerably more forceful. It's the truth of now. The present instant is the single moment that actually is. All else is composed of either memory or mental projection. As you comprehend this profoundly, not merely mentally but through direct experience, anxiety releases its hold on you. You recognize you've been anguishing over matters that don't actually exist in this moment. And prior to moving forward, I need you to assist in sharing this message. Leave a comment with either the number 1 if this is making sense to you, or 0 if you're skeptical. Your engagement enables this video to reach people who badly need this wisdom. At this juncture, let's consider how to implement this phrase effectively, particularly when anxiety is strong. The vital factor isn't applying it as a device to combat anxiety, attempting to expel anxious thoughts. Rather, employ it as a stabilizer, a soft prompt to come back home to now. When you perceive anxiety mounting, stop for a moment. Inhale slowly. Say, I am here now, either out loud or silently. Then involve your sensory awareness. What appears in your sight? What do you hear around you? What sensations do you notice? This basic technique halts the anxiety cycle before it builds force. Neuroscience establishes that you cannot experience full presence and full anxiety together. They're opposing conditions. Presence erases anxiety the way light erases darkness. Not by fighting, but just by being. For us above 60, this practice holds special value because we typically hold not just a day's worries, but also accumulated stress from a lifetime of trials. We may worry regarding physical health, financial situations, our children or grandchildren, or diminishing independence. These represent authentic worries, but being anxious about them solves nothing. It only hinders us from relishing the pleasant moments we still possess. Action solves problems. Presence gives us peace. Worry achieves neither. Here's what makes this phrase exceptionally powerful. Operates right away, costs 0, has no adverse reactions, and you can apply it everywhere, always. So this represents your challenge. Whenever you perceive anxiety forming, implement the phrase, I am here now. Express it with awareness. Re-engage your senses. And here's my request for you right now.